welcome to another part slash episode of FIFA 16 Paris Saint-Germain career mode. We're in season 1, heading towards the end of this spectacular series. It has been one hell of a journey. You can actually say that again because I didn't think for even a second before I started this that it would reach this far, and I'm pleased to say that for the first time since buying FIFA 16, I am almost at the end of season 1, which I've never been able to do for this game. I have done in previous FIFAs, such as FIFA 15. I took Paris Saint-Germain to the 15th season and then retired as manager. I do deeply apologise throughout this episode if you hear me sniffing, coughing, and could barely understand my very deep voice. I am trying to fight off a cold and flu. I'm very exhausted. I should be sleeping right now, but for some reason my cold and flu doesn't want me to. So what I'm going to do is make another episode, which I'm hoping will lead to the end of season 1. So stay tuned. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. In today's episode, though, we are going to take on the likes of 3 matches, one of them being against GFC Ajaccio, a very weak team from memory. I do believe they're at the bottom of the league table, so the second squad might have a chance to go up against them. We also are going up against FC Nantes. Pretty good team, not amazing. I'm not too worried. I do believe it could come out with 2 wins from those 2 league matches, and that would be the end of the league. Ending the season with a Coupe Nationale finals game against none other than our rivals, AS Monaco. I wouldn't have it in any other way. It's only traditional to go against your rivals at the end of the season, and I believe AS Monaco are them. They have been holding that first place in the league table throughout probably half a season, and we only just recently got up to the top. As you can see, AS Monaco are in 3rd place, Lionels hit 2nd place, and we are bombarding through a 1st place with 6 points ahead. So if we lose 2 games, it might be a chance that we can get overtaken. So it is very important that we win the next 2 games in the Liga and that we bring home a domestic cup in the likes of the Coupe Nationale. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get crack-a-lacking. We're going to make sure that our default squad is on, and we're going to push on forward. We have an email saying, Gaffer, I've come to you today to discuss my wages. I work hard in training and for the team, and I feel I should be paid a little more as a result. This is none other than Marco Verratti. 23 years old, plays in centre midfield from Italy. I would love to give him a pay rise. He's been absolutely phenomenal throughout this season. Very proud of the man. Nothing would please me more than to give him a pay rise. I would love to keep him into the squad. He is one of my first team players. So we are going to go straight to the contracts. Sort out the players by position. Scroll down to the midfielders. And there he is, getting paid $150,000 a week. He's got 3 years and 2 months left on his contract, so let's negotiate. The man wants $220,000. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. That is 70,000 more. It's quite a bit of money. I'm just going to quickly have a look at everyone else. Now, Ibrahimovic is our highest paid player. And Cavani and Silva, as well as Di Maria, share the $220,000 mark with one another, becoming my 2nd most paid players. They certainly deserve it. Now, Sirigu shouldn't be paid $200,000. It's that simple. He's my second squad goalkeeper, and I am very close to selling him in season 2. I think it will be time for him to move on, especially with David De Gea coming in. He's hardly going to get any game time. I've got no plans for him, and I let him have that season to prove himself, and I'm afraid he hasn't done that for me, and he's eating into our wages, so it would be only right to sell him off, but we don't really want to talk about that right now. This is about Verratti. Pastore and Matuidi are on the same wage. Lucas and David Luiz are on the same wage. And then there's Verratti, so I do think Verratti could be up there with the likes of Cavani, Silva and Di Maria. So what we're going to do, we're going to ask Verratti if he would like 50,000 more, get him up to that 200,000 mark. Don't know why I came out of there. If he doesn't like it, then I'm just going to have to move forward. We're going to only offer him 1 year, and he's already on 3 years and 2 months. Which is a shame, really. I mean, I suppose it would be a bit too much if you could convince players to stay on more than 5 years, but I don't think any player would want to commit themselves to a team for more than 5 years. Okay, so let's go straight to 200,000 a week. He is an important first team player. We could, I mean, I do have a tendency to not specify a squad role when dealing with contracts, simply because I don't know, I can never tell 100% where that player is going to be next month, the month after, or a year later. So it's nice to know that they have an unspecified squad role, so they don't give me too much shit. However, Verratti is a very good player, a very good midfielder. So I could give him that crucial first team player role. And that might just convince him to drop that 20,000 that he wants. He is in the first team. So I just need to ask myself the question, how much do I want him? And is he worth it? Okay, let's do it. We've gone ahead and press X. I've done it out of instinct. Just going to see what he says. Right, he has refused it. He's not willing to accept the terms because his wage demands have not been met. He's disappointed in the offer and he wishes to take his time to review his options. Therefore, for a couple of weeks, he won't be willing to review any subsequent offers the club wishes to make. That's fine by me. As far as I'm concerned, he is replaceable. You know, definitely expendable. But here we go. First game of this episode. We're just going to have a quick sneak peek at where they are in the table. And then they are right at the bottom. So I think it's only right for our second squad to kick off this episode. But just to make sure everyone is in their correct places. Lavezzi on the left wing, Lucas on the right wing, and Bolo up front. Rabiot and Stambouli in midfield. Motta in the CDM role. Marquinhos and Soule in the centre half. Van der Wiel on right back. Sabali on left back. Sirigu as a goalkeeper. Then we have Ibrahimovic and Cavani for up front. Di Maria and Verratti for midfield. I think Verratti has pissed me off a little bit, so I'm going to take him off the bench, put him in reserves, and Pastore is going to get on the bench. Verratti should have accepted that contract, and because he didn't, I'm going to punish him a little bit. This could lead to an all-out an all-out war between me and Verratti, but you know, that's a fight that I'll be eager to take on. He is a good player, but it really winds me up when I offer a very good offer to a player. But it just goes to show that when a player sends you an email demanding for more wage, it's got to be on their terms. If it's not, then they're going to say no every time. I've had 2 of those emails so far. Both of them turned me down. I've decided to put Matuidi on the bench. I would pick him over Pastore and Verratti any day. I don't know why, but it's just how I feel. It's an away game. This could not go in our favour. But we're just going to have to see what happens. It'll be very embarrassing if we lose. I hope we don't. We do get the win. Van der Wiel gets it into the goal. Puts it in the back of the net and 1-0. Sabali gets a yellow card twice, which leads to a red. Gets sent off, so we were down to 10 players in the 71st minute. Lucas and Bolo and Lavezzi, my 3 forward men, get subbed off for the likes of Ibrahimovic, Cavani and Silva. Now what the hell is my assistant coach doing? He's putting Silva in striking role. What the hell? That is ridiculous. But we do receive an email, and Sabali is suspended. He's got a 1-match ban. He wasn't going to play in the last game of the Liga. He was simply just going to be on the stands just watching. Moving on. I've got another email. It's a press conference leading up to the last game of the Liga. We are going to motivate Paris Saint-Germain, delete the message from the archives, push on forward, and ladies and gentlemen, this is it. We have reached the climax of Season 1. The last game of the Liga. Ibrahimovic has sent me an email saying, are you going to play him instead of Embolo? Of course I am, Ibrahimovic. I just keep constantly forgetting to put my default squad on as I'm simming. We're going to have a quick look at the squad regardless. Cavani, Ibrahimovic and Di Maria are up front. Pastore and Verratti in midfield, Matuidi and CDM. Casal on left back, Uri on right back, Silva and Davin Luiz and centre back, Trapp and goal. Last game of the season, let's hope we come out on top with a win. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your boy Millsasaurus. This is FIFA 16, Paris Saint-Germain career mode, episode 22. Although on my YouTube channel I call it parts. Don't know why. I think it's less to type. Let's get crack-a-lacking. Big question right now is, can we come out on top? If we get a win, which we do, I think we've won the Liga. Ibrahimovic scores 2 howlers, and Cavani sends another one in the back of the net. It's 3-1 for PSG. Verratti, I think he was furious over the contract negotiations between me and him. Took it out on the players on field, and he receives a red card in the 25th minute. Matuidi comes off for Motta, so Motta got a little bit of game time. Rightfully so, he is a first team player. I dropped him into the second squad after the contract negotiations. And it has been one hell of a ride, guys. What a roller coaster. And I am pleased to inform you that we have won the Liga. I hope we have anyway. As a result of your performance, we've granted you some additional funds. Additional transfer budget, $18,252,000. That is going to come very nicely in Season 2. Youssef Sabali has completed his suspension and is eligible for selection again at your discretion. I'm not going to select him for the rest of the season. Since we're coming to the end There'll be no point in Sabali playing. He is only a second squad player. As you recall, Marco Verratti picked up his suspension due to his actions in the previous match. He has picked up a one-match ban. It quite may possibly be that Verratti cannot play the last game of the season in the Coupe Nationale, which is a big, big shame. Ibrahimovic is very happy that I chose him over Mbolo. I'm always going to choose Ibrahimovic over Mbolo. Unless he becomes really old, which he is. And we're just going to confirm in the tables of the Liga. Yep, and there you have it. We come out on top with 86 points, winning the Liga. I'm very pleased with this team. There was a moment where I thought we weren't going to make it, probably scratch out second place, maybe even third. But Lyonnais and AS Monaco proved to be dominating opponents. Now AS Monaco can hit us back with one final KO punch with this Coupe Nationale game just around the corner. Now, it has come to this, the finals. I am absolutely excited to present to you the finals. We are going to hit the press conference. And for the final time this season, I am going to motivate PSG to glory. I am literally over the moon, and I can't express any more enthusiasm since I'm not feeling well. So if I don't sound very enthusiastic, please do forgive me for all those who will watch this in the future, and to all those who are non-existent fans. We are heading up to the finals of the Coupe Nationale. It's like the FA Cup in England, against our rivals AS Monaco. Very, very big game, so I'm just going to make sure everyone is 100%. Ibrahimovic is going to be our number one striker up front. Supporting him is none other than the left wing, Cavani. Right wing, Di Maria, who's been fantastic this season. I'm so pleased with this signing. Very upset that he's left Manchester United. I really wanted to keep him, but he just wasn't settled, and I'm sure he'll be a lot happier in France. Pastore is going to be on the left side of centre midfield. Behind him will be none other than Matuidi in that central defensive midfield role, supporting the defence. And like I said, Verratti is not going to play the last game of the season. He's way too furious over those contract negotiations, so we are going to decide who the best candidate is for this final game. It might be none other than Motta. I would like to put him there. I really would. But I'm not going to. I think that someone deserves to be there a lot more than Motta. And it certainly is going to be the likes of Lucas. I would love to see him play in this last game. He deserves to be in the first team. So what I am going to do is place Di Maria in that midfield role. He can play midfield. He might be a left footer, but I think he's going to be suitable to play on the right side of midfield. And Lucas is going to hit that right wing spot. And I think that's going to be a much stronger team. I'm going to have Mbolo come on the bench. Along with Lavezzi. Stambouli and Motta will be on that bench for midfield. Marquinhos and Soule for defence, and Sirigu for goalkeeping. It's been sad seeing Traore sit there all season. He's only gone up in overall stats twice. I'll be happy to see him go. He's had to watch from the stands throughout this entire season. I do wish him all the best for when he moves on to his other club. Hopefully he's going to get more game time there. Ladies and gentlemen, I've sorted out my squad. My roles look good. That sounds flipping funny. I'm emotional right now. I really am. I'm being a bit of a drama queen. But this is going to be one hell of a ride. And you know what? To place the icing on top of the cake, we're going to simulate this game the old-fashioned way and watch the simulation process. For the final time, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this is the Coupe Nationale, AS Monaco versus PSG finals. Let's get crack-a-lacking. Players warming up and the game begins. 10 minutes in, no action. Fabinho gets a yellow. Lucas scores the first goal for PSG, but El Shaarawy comes back on the 27th. Heading into half-time. Second half, Ibrahimovic gets a yellow. Silva comes on for Bahuili in the opposite team. Mota comes on for Di Maria in that midfield. Raggi gets a yellow. Pasanic scores in the 72nd minute. Can we come back? We don't. It is so unfortunate. I cannot believe it. That is fucking bullshit. Please excuse the French. No pun intended. Oh, can you believe that? We get screwed over in the Champions League. We lose in the Coupe de Ligue. We lose in the Coupe Nationale. We're bringing home no domestic trophies, no European trophies. We barely scraped a trophy in the beginning of the season during pre-season. And AS Monaco have delivered that final blow, that knockout punch that sends us flying on our backs. The only trophy we are bringing home that should make us smile is the Liga trophy. But that was one of the ultimate goals from the board. Oh, I'm gutted. Absolutely gutted. Questions are asked about Mota playing in that central midfield position instead of Di Maria. Questions will be asked if Verratti would he have made a difference? I do not know, but I'm well upset, guys. Well upset. We're going to have a look at our emails. We received not 700, please excuse me, $378,000 for second place in the Coupe Nationale. The suspension is over for Verratti. That's a complete ball ache. I am well upset. But all the more reason for us to just try harder next season. And that is it, guys. I guess that is it. So I want to take you back to the Liga. We did get first place. Second place, Lyonnais. Third place, AS Monaco. Fourth place, Marseille. Fifth place, Bordeaux. Then, in order, it goes Montpellier, Lille, Lorient, de Reims, Nice, Nantes, Saint-Etienne, Guingamp, Toulouse, Rennes, Angers, Troyes, Caen, Bastia, and Ajaccio. As you can see in those two last places, Bastia and Ajaccio will be demoted into the Liga 2. And then we're going to have two teams joining us in Season 2 for the Liga 1. We did win the Trophy Champion. It's like in England the Community Shield. We defeated Lyonnais. 3-1 victory, but that is a trophy that is not necessarily worth putting up on the shelf. But me as a person, I would be happy with that trophy nonetheless. Coupe Nationale, you see AS Monaco have won it this season. Round of 16, we defeated Stade de Reims, scraped off a 1-0 win. Quarter final, we defeat Lyonnais, 2-0 victory. We scraped another win in the semi-final against FC Nantes, but lost to none other than AS Monaco. I think Lyonnais are absolutely hating us this season for the amount of victories we have over them. The Coupe de Ligue, we did get to the final, but Jérôme Bordeaux beat us 2-0. In the round of 16, we defeated Can't quite make out that logo. Oh dear. Let's find out who they are. Do remember the logo. Let me have a sneak peek. Why can't I see it? Interesting. I can't figure it out, guys. So we're just going to continue. In quarterfinal, we managed to destroy Renee's 4-0. Then we beat Lion Eyes 2-0 again. They must be absolutely furious with us, honestly. They're going to literally hit us back hard one day. And then Bordeaux beat us 2-0. Missed our chance in the Coupe de Ligue. Missed our chance in the Coupe Nationale. Pre-season, we got to the semi-final in the American Challenge Cup. Beating Portland 2-0. And lost to FC Bayern 1-0 in the final. It's another cup we never got to grasp. I wonder how Ongenda did in FC Bayern. I hope they gave him a bit of game time. Lower rated players such as himself going into a squad like FC Bayern is a massive risk, but it was one I was willing to take to get him that experience. Moving on, Champions Cup. I'm absolutely furious about this. We have yet to see a winner in the Champions Cup. It's going to be a Manchester Derby final, one that I have not heard of in real-time Champions League finals. Manchester United take on the likes of Manchester City. I'm rooting for Manchester United as always. I'm not born and bred, but I've always supported Manchester United ever since Wayne Rooney got transferred there, so it has been a good few years. Absolutely love that club. Even if Rooney left, I'm going to support them till I die. Don't know why I love them so much. I just think they're a fantastic squad. A well-branded team. And I think they've just got a superb story behind them. Done a bit of research at one point in my life. Reading up on all of their history. It was a really good read. I do suggest you do go ahead and read of their history yourself. Of course, if you're a Man U fan, you might do. If not, you're probably going to tell me to F off. So we're going to have to come back here and see who has won the Champions Cup. In the Euro League, Chelsea scraped off a win against Wolfsburg in the final. Well done to Chelsea. As an English club, I salute you. And there you have the European champion. Oh, it's the European champion competition going on. So you got Spain, England, Scotland and Finland in Group A. Italy, Belgium, Norway and Poland Group B. France, Slovenia, Switzerland and Czech Republic in Group C. Netherlands, Germany, Northern Ireland, Bulgaria Group D. 4 groups. I think for a Euro League, the Euro competition. Those are the, I believe, 16 squads. Sorry, I had to figure it out in my head there. My maths is terrible. Do hope England win. We'll try and keep close monitor of that. And that is all of the tables for you. What an epic journey this has been. We are going to check out our top scorers for the League One. Ben Yedder got transferred in January to Lion Eyes with 18 goals. He's our top scorer of the Liga. Buda Bals from Montpellier, 17 goals. And in third place, Roland from Bordeaux with 16 goals. We managed to get 4th place. Cavani gets us there with 15 goals. Very proud of the man. And as I can see down the list, Ibrahimovic gets 15th place with 10 goals. Assists from AS Monaco, Martino with 11 assists, sharing that second, third, and fourth place. So, more or less sharing the second place. From SM Kine, Dalot, and from Martial, Bat, Shuayi, and Silva, all of them with 7 assists. Looking down the list, I see Pastore in 10th place with 6 assists. He's done well, that guy. He's done well. Clean sheets. Sharing first position, we've got Enyema and Lopez. Enyema from Lille, Lopez from Lyonnais with 12 clean sheets. Therefore, sharing that second position, Mandanda, who's coming over to us in season 2 from Martial, and Subasic from AS Monaco, both of them having 11 clean sheets. And sharing that third position is Palpin from OGC Nice and Lecomte from FC Lorient with 10 clean sheets. And Sirigu, done better than Trapp, gets 9th place with 9 clean sheets. We're not going to worry about yellow cards and red cards too much, but if you want to have a look, you're more than welcome to pause. It's nice to know that no one from PSG is in the top 15 for both of them. Moving on. In the Trophy Champion, not a lot to really say as it was only one game. You could see the top scorers, the assists, no clean sheets, yellow cards, as well as red cards. Coupe Nationale. You can see right there, Bruno in first position. I think he's sharing that position with San Paulo. Bruno from Evian, San Paulo from Red Star FC. Going down the list, Ibrahimovic conjures up 5th place with 2 goals. Di Maria in 7th place with 2 goals. There is a lot of players with the same amount of goals, so I'm not going to really go through technicalities. N Sakulu, so Nisakulu, can't pronounce that name at all, from Evian with 3 assists. I see no one down the list from PSG. Gutted about that. I am pleased to say that Trapp earned himself rank 1 for clean sheets. Most clean sheets in the Coupe Nationale, doesn't even share the number 1 spot. 4 clean sheets. Well done, my man. Coupe de Ligue, Trapp also has the most clean sheets, with 3 clean sheets in rank number 1. I do see Sirigu down there sharing most of clean sheets of 1 with other goalkeepers. American Challenge Cup. Robben and Ibrahimovic, as well as Valeri from FC Bayern, PSG and Portland, all sharing 3 goals per head to the top scorers. Even Lavezzi, which in 4th place. Quite nice. Ibrahimovic and Lam share that number 1 spot for assists. See for yourself down the list. There's not a lot of teams to compare to, as it was only pre-season American Challenge Cup. Clean sheets would be from FC Bayern, Wang Delay. Excuse me, not even Neuer, who only conjured up 4th rank in the clean sheets. Going back to top scorers, Champions Cup. Pleased to announce that Wayne Rooney at the moment has got number 1 rank, with only Aguero 1 goal behind him. We don't fit the bill of top scorers in the Champions Cup, obviously. Di Maria gets 8th rank in assists. and there was no clean sheets for us. But I am pleased to see David De Gea sharing that #1 spot with Casilla in Real Madrid. I'll be pleased to bring him over from England, originally from Spain. So Real Madrid are not going to take him away from me. I think he's going to fit fine in this squad. Moving on. The Euro League. Top goal scorer was none other than Athanasiadis from PAOK. Never heard of him. Never heard of him. 10 goals. Not bad. Van Persie from Fenerbahce. Transferred real life through last summer transfer window. Glad to see he's doing well for himself in this game. I haven't really been keeping tabs on him in real life. I wasn't a big fan of Van Persie. I was quite pleased to see him go, to be honest. He was great in the first season he joined us, but after that, not so much. And you can see from FC Schalke, Farman has the most clean sheets. For some reason, even in FIFA 16, gameplay, especially when you go through tables, is a lot slower when you're going through the Champions Cup and the Euro Cup. It's always been a bit laggy for me, but that was player stats, and we're not going to go through every fixture of the season. That'll take far too long. I am pleased with my squad. We could have done better. I'm not going to be ungrateful, because at least we won the Liga, which was our ultimate goal. Nice to see that no one's injured coming at the end of the season. Looking at our finances, 50-50, 25,481,000. If we was to go by my normal policy of wage budget, which normally is between 200 and 300, let's try 200. We could end up with almost 40 million at the end of the season. Now, I have heard that in FIFA 16, you take a portion of the money you still have in your budget to your next season. So, according to my calculations, we may have a considerable amount of money. I'm going to accept that at 70-30. Looking at a global transfer network, we are going to fire a couple of scouts for not being 5-star judgment. I can see Paul Graugi, 3-star experience, 5-star judgment. I could have hired him, but I'm not going to bother, because I do want that 5-star. Paris Saint-Germain is not a team to be reckoned with. So we're going to leave that there and not bother hiring scouts just yet. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to call that an episode. We will continue to talk and go through all of our stats in the next episode, just before the end of the season. We are also going to talk about my plans for Season 2 and all that jazz. So without further ado, let's end the episode right there. I'm your boy Millsysaurus. This is FIFA 16 Paris Saint-Germain career mode. Part 22. It's been one perilous journey. Absolute roller coaster ride. Thank you so much to all of my non-existent fans. Lol. And my future viewers. Thank you. A big shout out to Luke, who has supported me throughout this season. Unfortunately, he couldn't be with us at the end. Who knows whether he'll be at the start of season 2. I do remember that deal I made with him. We'll talk about more of that in episode 23. Thank you so much. Hope you have a fantastic day. And above all else, peace.